So I want to share. I had a client in Dallas once that told the friend that referred her to me that, and I quote, I have never had someone speak to me like that in a healing. And then she continued to tell a friend that people were always, I don't know, affirming and soft with her and supported decisions that she had made. In other words, she had people placate to her wounding, especially validating her limiting programs. Emotional reaction. So I will always work without judgment, blame, or criticism in my work with people. But I will also be unapologetically compassionate, meaning if your higher self or a past loved one, for example, is giving me very specific information that they want you to know, or how an emotional program was formed, or about wounding you're holding that you put back into your shadow that you didn't know was there, or you'd forgotten it was there, I will find the words and the way to compassionately express that to you. A lot of the times, my words are from your higher self or a past loved one. And yes, sometimes it's going to be your truth being compassionately relayed back to you. Why? Because your higher self wants you to do the work that moves you back into alignment with your genuine self and not keep you in the illusion that your wounding and your programmings had you in or have you in, right? So, my role as an energy steward or a healer, an activator of energy, is to help you clear out what's not serving you. It's not to help you prolong unwanted energy and wounding or limitation. People have become too overly sensitive to the truth and to the reality of what is happening in their world and, or in their emotions, right? So every person on the planet has some type of wounding. There's no shame in being wounded and addressing it. There's only liberation. Positive affirmations are great. Placing yourself in a positive attitude and a positive energy as much as you can is great. It's only real if you're aligned with your genuine energy, with your genuine self. If there's all this other stuff in the way, then you can say as many positive affirmations as you will, and they won't come true. So, ignoring the stored wounding, the pain, the emotions, the programming that was forced on you or projected onto you, or as a result of a negative experience, is not your genuine self. Our ego gets used to all those emotions and familiarity. The ego loves to hold on to what it knows. It's our protector. It's flight, fight, or freeze. But when it comes to emotions, we don't have the reset mechanism like a gazelle does that's running across the plains in Africa, being chased by a lion and getting away from the jaws of a lion. You see on David Attenborough and all those other beautiful, amazing shows, wildlife documentaries, they shake themselves really, really, really hard. They're resetting the nervous systems. We don't have it. It's a design fault of a human. So the ego gets a hold of it and becomes familiar with it and basically tells us that's who we are when it's not. It's a false reality. And I was recently sharing a quite factual situation in my personal life to the other person that was involved in it. Excuse me. And it got to the point, yes, there's some unprocessed stuff around that person. That's hence this. I got to the point that the other person was projecting onto me. And I was like, nope, I'm out. It's like I was not going to wear or absorb or be responsible for it because it was false accusations about me from the person for them to get out of a situation of having to confront their own reality. And I was told, and I quote, all this feels aggressive. And I responded by saying, the truth is not aggressive, it's compassion. The truth is not aggression, it's compassion. And it is. So many of us are holding secrets. So secrets have a charge, right? An energetic charge, an emotional charge. And the charge is then recharged with false energy. A secret is the truth. If someone swears you to hold a secret, they're asking you to hold the truth. And while, yes, admittedly, a lot of times it's important to hold the truth in a secret, so many times it is used in the negative context, and that charge becomes manipulation, shame, stress, many other emotional charges of the person holding the secret because they are the ones being manipulated by the person asking you to hold the secret. So, what if we're holding our own secrets, right? We're holding the truth. We're holding the truth about our experiences. And as long as we're holding that truth and of the bad experiences, we're holding a charge. We're holding an energy in our nervous system, in our shadow, in our body, whatever you want to call it, right? And that needs to be released. So, back to the person in Dallas. She came back about 4 months later or so, might have been 6 months, with glowing praise. And she was able to mend the broken energy between her and her father. And she made a point at the beginning of the session that the compassionate truth allowed her to process and realize just how much those wounds were controlling who she was. And she found forgiveness, self forgiveness, and forgiveness for her father. She allowed her truth to be seen and recognized by her, and she did the work to realize the pain and wounding she was holding unnecessarily and stepped into a process of releasing it all. But here's the clincher. The way people were placating to her with gentle, soft sympathy, not empathy, was basically extending the issue, was giving fuel to the fire of the emotional blockage, the emotional program, whatever it was at the time. I can't really remember. Was something to do with the father. Uh, and we sometimes arrive in victim energy, unbeknown to our outer world. And then we attract it in others that placate to it because you call in people that relate to your vibration and they mirror exactly what is going on for you. Our truth, whether it's our genuine truth or our wounding or pain truth or well, it will always show up at some stage. It is constantly influencing your inner and outer worlds. Imagine being free of your inner wounding. Imagine releasing the truth that you don't need to hold on to. Set it free. Imagine not having to placate to it yourself every single day. Some people all day, some people part of the day, some people once a fortnight or once every 2 weeks for those in North America. Imagine how wonderful it would be to not spend so much energy and so much time on your truth that doesn't need to be held within. Nobody else needs to know it. You just need to let it go. And how wonderful would it be to spend so much more energy on you and yourself, spending energy on experiencing new truths for you in a new energy. It's so much freer to be aligned to our genuine energy than not. And that's always combating negative feelings and emotions for a lot of people. And I understand why. I've been there. I've done 24 years worth of work on myself and still doing work on myself. There's still more to come. But emotional freedom is easier to obtain than you may expect. It takes less work than a lifetime of avoiding or dealing with negative stuff in your emotions and your nervous system. That's the facts.